So just while our slide decks come up here, I'm Dave McLaughlin, I'm the CEO of one of the founders. This is Chris Swenner, who's our VP of Product and Technology. How many people think that the human layer matters a lot in business, that emotion matters in business? How many people think that the old adage, 90% of communication is nonverbal? You think that's true? Okay, great. So Vsnap's a real simple idea. It's video messaging, short, easy, measurable video messaging for salespeople. The idea is if you don't have FaceTime with your prospect, you really need an efficient way to kind of bring the human connection into that interaction, an efficient way to convey tone and trust. And if you can do that, you can grow a business in a big, measurable way. Our clients are increasing sales up to 34% just by introducing quick little video messages into their interactions with their prospects. We're about to launch our 2.0 product, and Chris is going to talk about some of the features of that. So let me pass that over.
Hello. So, just like it says, 2.0. It's our second version of Vsnap, and we learned a lot with the first version. And one of the main things that we learned is that what is Vsnap all about? It's about recording, it's about measuring, and it's about actually viewing. Everything else really doesn't matter as much, so why is it even on the screen? So with our 2.0 version of it, we removed everything and put the focus on those things. What we're going to show here first is the record process. I'm going to kind of try to fly through this to the exciting part. You may be a big nerd. But what this is once you start recording, you make your video, but then there's the whole processing part. There's the processing, there's the uploading, and there's the whole time aspect that we want to bypass. So while all that's happening in the background, we allow you to actually put all the rest of the information on the individual Vsnap. Add the notes, add the files, add the links, all the extra stuff. Say move to, modify the subject, and while you're doing that, all that stuff's happening in the background. So once it's done, you hit send, and it goes away. So that's really what it is about the 2.0. But this is the part that I'm excited about. Because what we really are able to actually do is we're able to be able to build everything from the ground up. And we looked at all the latest technologies. We have a full JavaScript stack. We started with Node on the server layer, Angular on the actual front end, and using the API first technology. So
the idea of going API first is important because our vision of where video messaging goes, basically our feeling is we found this behavior that gets above all the noise of the web, gets above the noise of the business environment, and helps people close more business. And so we think, well, everyone's got the hardware in their pocket, that behavior is going to become a common behavior. That what is happening with consumer video messaging, with Snapchat and Instagram video and so forth, is going to find its way to the enterprise. And we've been down in the trenches with clients, really learning the nuance of that and figuring out how to measure it and all that kind of stuff. And so our view is we got to make video messaging easy to integrate into every product, platform, community, marketplace company, and so forth. So Chris's work of building API first in this new version is an important kind of step toward that. This is an example of we have a viewer API that we've shared with a few companies. This is a company called 19th Amendment Boston Startup. You can see they're on their own URL, they built their own page, they're putting in their own calls to action. It's all their brand name, and we just present the video into their page. On the back end, it's their analytics tool, whether that's Google Analytics or Kissmetrics or Omniture or whatever. So all their, they can control any events on the page. All that is measured and tracked wherever they're tracking their other web analytics. So a big difference from just having this happen on our platform. Just a couple more aesthetic, examples. Our friends from Delight, James, right? There's an example of using the Viewer API. And our friends over at HR Brilliance, which is an HR software company. So this is an inside sales use. You can see they're setting their own calls to action because the whole point is these video messages drive action. So we're able to steer that toward very specific actions. We're easy to reach. I'm Dave at Vsnap. Chris is Chris at Vsnap. On Twitter, we're Vsnap. And we'd love to talk to folks. This is coming out next month. We geek out about this idea that the human layer matters and that you really need an easy way to just kind of bring the personal layer back in, something that's not automated, that's not sort of a mass communication, that this element in business matters a lot of me being able to connect with you and find where our values are aligned. and make decisions to work together. That's what we're enabling. Thanks.
So let me stretch a little bit. So with the API, I can send a proposal to a customer with the Vsnap message.
So with 2.0, like I said, is API first. Everything that you're seeing with the new 2.0 is pretty much a skin over what we're calling Vsnap core. So that's all about what we're trying to do is integration, integration, integration. So everything that you can see with our app, you can do within any other platform, Salesforce, your own app. It's all about integration.
What are some of the benefits, like, over just like embedding a YouTube video in your site?
Well, the big difference is that the question is, what are the benefits relative to YouTube or some other online video site? The big difference is that, generally speaking, YouTube is a broadcast behavior. It's a one-to-many video. This is something that I report to you. So what's your name?
Josh.
Josh. So tomorrow, you're going to get a Vsnap from me, like at your email or your Twitter handle that says, hey, Josh, great to meet you last night. You know what I mean? It's me and it's you. It's one-to-one. As opposed to something that is made for many people and you're somebody on the list of people who receive that. Very different feeling. When you make a broadcast video and deliver it into somebody's inbox or their Twitter feed, it feels like I kind of gave you a commercial to watch. Whereas when I make a video that's just for you, hey Josh, great to meet you, love hearing what you're working on, that's like the modern version of a handwritten note. That's a whole different thing. It's all about kind of how it feels. Then also we give you different analytics. We don't give you broadcast analytics like total views. We tell you, did Josh watch it? Did he click on the link? Did he look at it? Did he look at the PDF? So we give you very kind of granular analytics that matter to salespeople. You know what I'm saying?
You're able to send out a video. Can your clients actually respond back by video as well?
They can, yeah. Most people don't. Usually, at least not for our kind of primary users who are the folks in sales. Usually they respond back in text or we got these kind of quick feedback buttons. It tends to be the case that the person who has intent goes to this kind of higher touch behavior. You know, I have an intent to get you to come to an event or to complete a survey or to follow through on your prescription or, you know, agree to a demo call or any of those things that I'm trying to move you to do. So I kind of work a little harder to get you there and you tend to come back in text or we move to a phone call or whatever. Anyone else? Yeah.
Are you working this through platforms like Salesforce, like organizations like that?
We built the beta Salesforce application and just to kind of start to, you know, work with some basic functionality where all these Vsnaps would be tracked, where when you, the recipient, watch it, that shows up as a closed activity in Salesforce. You know, obviously as a basis to then trigger workflows so that I can say, you know, Josh watched the Vsnap, let's have somebody call him within the next 20 minutes, that kind of thing. Because we just rebuilt this from the ground up, we now need to rebuild the Salesforce integration too, so we'll do that next in the fall. But absolutely, that's the intent.
And kind of add on to that too, back to what I said earlier, is we learned a lot from the beta Salesforce integration, but we wanted to do more. And that was why we did the API first platform, that we're going to be able to do anything within Salesforce, from even being able to record a video from within Salesforce. So that's the really exciting thing about that.
Can I just add a question? You not only go through Salesforce, because there are other CRMs that smaller companies probably utilize.
Yeah, that's right. And so, I mean, like any startup, you got to be focused on follow demand and all that kind of stuff. But Salesforce is a logical place for us to start. I mean, the other thing, just to take that question one more step, is what's really exciting, I think, is to go beyond traditional sales, you know, organizations. So if you think of the salesperson in a software company that we're serving today, and then take that to a more democratized notion of sales. You know, it's the Airbnb host, it's the Etsy merchant, it's the person who has an Indiegogo Kickstarter who's essentially selling an idea. You know, the idea that that person connect with their buyer in a way that feels more human and measurably drives more transactions, that's what we're really excited about enabling. Anyone else?
Yeah, can you talk about your revenue model and pricing and how you got there?
Sure, yeah, I appreciate that. We had a freemium model for the last couple of years, and we're about to wind that down. It just didn't work for us. So we have, you know, we'll go to kind of a standard 14-day trial, and then it's an annual subscription. It's $299 per user per year for unlimited use. And, you know, there are various add-ons for enterprises that, you know, they can build on if they want various features. The Viewer API is one of those add-ons, but it tends to be that the enterprises And look, everybody wants the same thing. They want it to be brandable, they want it to be measurable, and they want it to be easy and efficient and so forth. It's 3 seconds. 2, 1, rattle off.
Come join New England's largest technology meetup, sponsor an event, present, or attend. Visit www.bostonnewtech.org.